So AJ at the beginning of the season made a bet that if the Red Sox won more games, you would what? Dye your hair red?
Red.
And if the White Sox won more games, who's dyeing their hair white?
A buddy of mine.
It doesn't matter now, right?
Yeah.
It
It doesn't even matter who it is.
Can't wait for your hair. Lost. When is this? October?
I don't know. We got to figure that out.
Okay.
But just know this: the day it happens, I'll also be the day I shave my head. So I'm going to get a picture of it real quick.
Okay. I'll be here. I'm here every day. So to go back to the question, though, how surprised are you? What's worked out to get them to this point to still be at least definitely in the conversation for a wild card spot, which is much more than we can say about their division rival?
Well, first of all, AJ, is it Justin Turner red, or are we talking like Red Sox red? Like
you see the jersey behind Scott, the Red Sox red, like not Justin Turner red. Like I'm talking like red. So it's gonna be like red on my shirt. It's gonna match perfectly.
Carlton Fisk jersey, by the way, right here.
I love that. Love Carlton Fisk. It's interesting. I think the question isn't so much, am I surprised by them maybe exceeding expectations, as more, am I surprised how many things have gone right for them in a season when so many things have gone wrong for them? Because this is basically a repeat of last year, and the difference is when they're getting injured, they have depth in the minor leagues that can help them kind of cushion that blow, and the injuries aren't as long and calamitous, and those guys are coming back. So you lose Chris Sale, you get Chris Sale back. You lose Tanner Houck, Tanner Houck's coming back tonight. Garrett Whitlock. These guys aren't done for the year, they're done for a month, and while they're out, there's other guys that are able to pick them up. So I think it's more a testament to the growth in their farm system and the talent that they've developed that's kind of not only kept them treading water, but put them in the wild card conversation this late into the season, which I don't think most people expected at the beginning of the year.
I love their farm system. I say that because I worked for them for about half a year. But is this season been a failure in the sense of, shoot, they didn't do much to get to like make this team, and now ownership's being rewarded for like, we were so close to the playoffs. So could this set them back? I asked the last Red Sox personnel we had on, could this set them back for years because ownership, who's non-existent, has been booed out of the stadium, out of Sox Fest? He's like, well, look what we did. We created a team that almost made it, and we're better than the Yankees, so we win.
And without exceeding the luxury tax, which is always as impressive as the Tampa Bay Rays are. In that way, they're bad for teams like the Red Sox, who should be spending every year and don't spend every year, though they do spend a lot. Anyone who wants to pretend they don't go over the luxury tax on a regular basis is ignoring facts. I don't know. I mean, I think in some ways it's bad when they overperform in a season when they're not supposed to. But I think a lot of people inside and outside of the organization saw this as a bridge year where they might be better than people expect. They were definitely going to be better than last year because it was pretty hard not to be better than last year. But that this was going to be a year where they showed that they were getting close, and that next year would be that year when they're kind of back in business. And I think you're seeing that they're strongly towards the back in business side with the way that they've played this year with the farm system, because they do have so much talent. I mean, they just called up a guy that they got at last year's trade deadline from the Houston Astros. He's going to make his debut against the Houston Astros this week, Wilyer Abreu. They got him for Christian Vasquez. The guy's hitting absolute bombs in AAA, and now he's joining the big league team. Is it bad that the Red Sox, didn't do maybe more at the trade deadline, didn't, go over the luxury tax again this year? Maybe. But you also see a lot of guys that they were either linked to or interested in who aren't having such good years or have gotten injured, where you think, well, maybe they dodged a bullet and maybe the Red Sox are playing chess and everyone else is playing checkers by not just desperately throwing money and prospects at anyone to try and be a postseason team.
Gabrielle, let's go back to your first thing you said. Luxury tax, Red Sox. They're not the Baltimore Orioles. This isn't John Angelos. No. This is John Henry and the Red Sox we're talking about. Spend the damn money and make the team good.
I say
This
it
isn't
all
a
the
poor
time.
team. This isn't we're in a small market. We have nobody that comes to the games. This is the Red Sox.
I know, Asia. You're talking to a mirror. I say it all the time. I write it in the Herald. This is a team where they can celebrate hitting, like, resetting the luxury tax this year, and at the end of the day, they're the most expensive ticket in the game for a family of four, and they're the Red Sox. They're one of the richest ownership groups in all of professional sports, not just baseball. They should be spending the money every year. But I also understand why, after finishing in last place last year, they'd want to reset. I don't agree with it, but I understand it. I think every team should be spending to win every single year. I don't think any team should be going into the season a guaranteed loser before opening day. I think it's bad for the sport that the same 6 or 7 teams are going to the playoffs every single year, and then there's 1 or 2 literal wild cards that are sneaking in. It shouldn't be that way. The best part of baseball used to be how unexpected these things were, that a team like the 2004 Red Sox could sneak in on that one wild card, upset the Yankees, and reverse the curse. That's the kind of stuff that makes baseball so exciting. And you can speed up the pitch clock all you want, but at the end of the day, if every single postseason is Astros, Dodgers, Yankees, and then, the Baltimore Orioles snuck in there, it's not going to be intriguing for fans, young fans of those other fan bases. Those people who didn't grow up watching the Pittsburgh Pirates 30 years ago, back when they were potentially a contender. Kids today aren't going to grow up being Pirates fans if the Pirates don't do anything ever.
That's a good message for Bob Nutting.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and for John Fisher in Oakland,
and John Angelos.
Yes. There's a whole and John Angelos in Baltimore.
We could go on and on. The sport is the gift that keeps on giving. Gabrielle, we're a little short on time this time, but let's bring you back because of the little tech there. We'd love to have you back sometime soon. Hopefully, the Sox keep it going. Let's bring you back in September. You good for a call up?
Oh yeah, anytime.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.